The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Yep, we are live.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Chop Shop Live. Luke is out tired, so I will be your host for the evening. Sarah Visick out of Syracuse, and joining me from Fort Lauderdale, Orlando.
Hi, everybody. We got some news to break and other stuff to talk about.
Yeah, so it came out. Today seems to be a day of releases, and we're not talking about WWE for once releasing talent, which is
Right.
quite a shock.
Exactly.
So it's been, the news has broke that Ring of Honor has basically released their entire roster. They are filming all of November shows all at once. Then they're going to do a big, I assume, pay-per-view event in December.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much that's it. They're going to take all of quarter one 2022 to kind of restructure, figure out where they're going from here, and who knows at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think their issue was just that they didn't have a crowd. I mean, only for like their pay-per-views and stuff, but you know, it's unfortunate for Ring of Honor. I mean, Ring of Honor has been around for almost 20 years now, so it's just like just to hear this, I'm just hoping that it is just a hiatus and that
Yeah, hopefully they can figure something out. There was rumor that they lost their TV deal, but that seems to have been nixed. They didn't lose a TV deal, so who knows?
Right. I mean, that sucks. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what they'll have to plan like what they have to do, like just to see. I mean, they do have their own app. I mean, I don't know if they want to start streaming there or something. I don't know. And it's like, I don't know. It's just unfortunate. So
yeah. Well, that's for them to figure out. And then, of course, we got MLW releasing a few talents today as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's
well. I mean, like for me, MLW is more like a place where any talent can work. This doesn't matter where they come from. So,
mm-hmm.
I mean, like I don't know if anybody's like really signed with MLW, So
yeah.
Because they do like the whole independent contractor type of thing, where it's just like come work here and then you can work anywhere else, So
the true independent contracting.
yeah. But you know what? I'm happy for, at least some of the Ring of Honor talent that they could probably find work as they're taking this little break. Because, some of them, they do need to pay their bills. So hopefully, we'll see them in AEW Dark. Maybe we'll see them in some Impact tapings, because now Impact is now starting to travel. So that's a good thing. Because they're now taping in Las Vegas now. They're doing, I think, 2 months worth of TV tapings. So
yeah, something close to that.
yeah, so at least that's a good thing. So we'll see.
Speaking of releases, another, shocking to hear, but when you hear the story, not so shocking. Greg Hamilton, Smackdown ring announcer, has been released. This is one of those stories that just you see it, and I read it at 2:00 this morning when I first got up. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
I know. But when you hear kind of the story, you don't know what is true. Is it personal reasons? Is it because that he decided to say that he'll use WWE lawyers to sue somebody?
Or the threatening manner that he took?
Yeah, exactly.
For those who don't know, the rapper Westside Gunn, was that his name?
I think that's what his name is. Yeah.
So Westside Gunn, rapper, sampled some of Greg Hamilton's voice for a song. Greg Hamilton did not appreciate being asked nor being paid for it. Threatened to sue for $20,000 or $30,000, saying that he was essentially going to use WWE's lawyers and that he was basically fucked.
I mean, I don't get what is his. I don't get what is his deal. It's just that should be something to be admiring because oh look, a rapper wants to use my voice on a song, Was it something? I mean, like, but like anybody can use your voice because, like, technically, you're just a voice guy that's just announcing the people in WWE. You know, I'm sorry.
I mean, I can see, wanting to at least be asked, "Hey, can I use you?"
I mean, like, it's just, I mean, he could have just said that, be like, hey, dude, great song, but, you could have asked for my permission. Maybe I could have given you a better sample, instead of you just trying to get something from WWE, something like that. Like, instead of being so like rude, it's just like, damn.
Okay. Well, hopefully he lands on his feet somewhere. I'm sure he will.
Hmm.
I don't expect AEW. They got Justin Roberts who does a fine job over there.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I don't know, maybe Impact or maybe MLW may need a new ring announcer. You never know. So,
Yeah.
Hey, when the Ring of Honor comes back, maybe he can get a job there.
If it comes back, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's think about that though. Do you want them to be bought though? Do you want Ring of Honor to be bought?
I mean, there's ups and downs.
Hmm.
In one of the other group chats I'm in, they discuss, what if AEW or WWE bought them? Get that library online with better access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, like, they will probably now, like, if AEW buys Ring of Honor, then they will easily get that all in pay-per-view
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they wanted. So I don't know if they bought it just the pay-per-view or whatever, but I mean that would be smart for them, and it has mostly like all of the people in the rosters like matches.
Yeah.
Because then if like WWE gets it, it's just like they'll just use it as like I can't even say the word nostalgia.
Yeah. They'll throw it up on the app. Oh, here's something we bought. Go check out the matches and just use it for content purposes.
Yeah, I'm just hoping they don't get bought, because like they started at the same time when TNA Impact started, so they were about to celebrate like almost 20 years as a company. So I don't want them to fold, because they created so many stars there. Like even some of the stars are still relevant today. Like they're working everywhere, like in Impact, AEW, and WWE. So
yeah, I mean, if somebody buys them, even if it's just for the content, it's one less place to work.
yeah,
But
exactly.
we are
I mean,
going
like,
to independent wrestling boom again, so
exactly. So I'm hoping once this pandemic is over, I'm hoping this pandemic is over, that way that they can come back on their feet and they can travel. Because I've been to their shows. Unfortunately, it was around the time when the Elite was a part of it, and they were selling out like a lot of shows. So I mean, so I'm hoping they get a boom like that again. Maybe they just need to sign some newer talent or something. I don't know. So let's hoping for the best,
next up, over the weekend, to keep us entertained, as if we didn't have enough wrestling to keep us entertained, we get a real life feud. Apparently, there's some real life feud with Becky and Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, honestly, both of them are stupid because I mean the segment was stupid as hell, and they're gonna get mad over that. Which I understand Becky's point about like I came to this country for that title and such, but it's just like you're both being childish and your egos. Unfortunately, they both got egos. Is getting in the way of what you guys kind of created together. I'm sorry to say, but the Four Horsewomen were the ones that really put the map on women's wrestling in WWE. So, and it's just like, it's just unfortunate.
I mean, we find out the feud goes back, back a couple of years when Becky called Charlotte plastic. She's upset by that.
Well, I mean, she said like the Charlotte said that like they're no longer friends anymore. It's just like they parted ways. I mean, which is understandable. Like after like I've gotten bigger and then you've gotten bigger. We're both different. People and stuff. So it's understandable that you're gonna grow apart from certain people in your life.
People grow up and they grow apart.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So I mean,
Then to add more fuel to the fire, one of the next days we find out Sonya Deville was ready to fight Charlotte right then and there. It's like,
shit, like everybody wants to fight Charlotte. Everybody's just like, let's throw it. It's like, I mean, I don't know what's up with her this whole year. Like, it seemed like she's getting pissed off with a lot of things. Like, she's getting pissed off with the band. She's getting pissed off with creative. She's getting pissed off with certain wrestlers, like with her incident with Naya and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
And now, according to rumors, nobody wants to work with her from a creative standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I don't know. Even though that Flair, like her father said that she loves working in WWE. I don't know. Like,
Do
I
we
mean, when
believe
you're
that?
like the top person, I think. I'm sorry.
So, are we ready to believe that though?
I, I don't think so. I mean, like, come on. Like, I heard a rumor about her wanting to work outside of WWE. So I'm thinking that her husband, Andrade, probably really like put the bug of her to leave WWE. So I mean, that could happen. I mean, there is reports saying that her closest friends want her to leave. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I don't think Vince will ever let her leave. I mean, that's his golden girl right there. I mean, he don't want her to leave. I wouldn't blame him.
No. On the flip side of people getting released and leaving, we have someone who's come back. Tommy Dreamer has come back to Busted Open Radio today after his hiatus from the Dark Side of the Ring incident.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he apologized, and a lot of people forgot. So just like,
We'll see what
I
happens.
mean,
We'll see
yeah,
what
we'll see what
reactions
happens.
are as people find out that he's back on the air. If ratings drop until he goes back off, or if people welcome him back, accept the apology, or just accept it for what it is and move on.
Yeah, I haven't really heard too much of his cancellation, like canceled Dreamer or stuff. Like that happened when the episode aired, but then after it, a lot of it cooled down. So I don't know, maybe people like forgave him or something. So
I don't think we forgave him. It's just there's new things to be upset about, I guess, is the best way to put it.
yeah, probably that's what it is. Yeah, because right now it's been like what 3-4 episodes that everybody hates Flair because from that text.
And now you don't hear
I
anything.
can't wait. I can't wait for that steroids trial when they're gonna do the Dark Side of the Ring. Oh, I just want to know who's being interviewed to do this. Who is actually gonna open their mouth and tell the truth?
We shall see.
Exactly. We shall see.
So we got an update, sort of, from Tyson Fury on where he stands with things with WWE. It was one of the shows back in 2019 when he faced Braun Strowman. I believe it was the Crown Jewel show.
Yeah, that was the first one they called it Crown Jewel.
Yeah, it was Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman. Then we hear rumors that they're going to do a UK pay-per-view in 2020, and that it would be Tyson Fury versus Drew McIntyre. But pandemic happened and everything shut down. So he was interviewed today, kind of today or yesterday, asked about, where he stands with WWE. He said that he still talks to Vince and all them. He's still in good relations. His kids love WWE, and to go to a show, just go backstage, meet everybody. It's like Disneyland for his kids. They love meeting the wrestlers. So, there's still talks about him doing another match.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Drew McIntyre wants that match with him. So I mean, we'll have to see about that. I mean, didn't they say like a rumor that they wanted to do it for one of the like they were planning to do a UK pay-per-view before the announcement that they did. We'll get into that, but like it was Drew McIntyre versus like Fury for like the WWE Championship.
Yeah, it's the WWE Championship, McIntyre versus Fury.
Yeah, I mean they could still do it. I mean,
maybe now it's Big E because he holds the title, and the Fury Deontay Wilder match. Big E was there to introduce and hype up Tyson Fury.
Okay, there you go. I mean that will bring some intrigue to USA Network. So there you go.
But then again, by the time UK pay-per-view happens or UK shows, is Big E still going to be champion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what they could do is start putting the seeds in, and then maybe start building it. Like, but that's going to be a long-term plan. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that.
I mean, the only true long-term storytelling we've seen from WWE lately was last night of Halloween Havoc when you had Chucky, kind of stalking Braun Breaker when he did to the Steiners, way back in WCW days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll get into that a little bit later, which I enjoyed that show actually, so we'll get into that.
WWE has filed a new trademark, but nothing real exciting. They just kind of re-trademarked or filed a new trademark for Undertaker as far as marketing new toys.
Of course, they don't want to lose that. That's their money maker right there. I mean, that's the only legend that's been in WWE for over 2 decades. So, 3 decades now. So, yeah. So, it's unfortunate. I always thought
Water still does stuff. He does appearances. I mean, he doesn't wrestle, obviously, but
yeah, of course. Like he even introduced Pitbull in Saudi Arabia. You saw the pictures.
Oh
my god!
Out of place.
Oh my god.
So WrestleMania seems to be on the path now to be 2 nights for every WrestleMania.
Oh, thank God. They need to. It will help the talent and it will help fans. Because I remember being in the when what was it when it was supposedly Undertaker's retirement. That was 2015, 2016, I think it was. That was a long ass pay-per-view, and it was outside in the Florida sun. Oh, I had a headache the whole time, and then me and my friend we decided to drive back home. For our drive, oh my god, that was the worst plan that we ever did. Oh my god. But I want to go to this WrestleMania though in Dallas because I've never been to Dallas, so I want to do that trip. So I'm telling my friend we're going. I'm telling my friend Paul we're going.
I know a guy in the area who might be able to hook you up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Please, because I'm hearing because I follow this other group and they're trying to do the Royal Rumble in St. Louis. They're saying that the hotel prices are expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I mean, they lost AEW, so they got to make up a little bit.
Probably, yeah. Maybe that's what it was. So, but I'm excited. I'm happy that they're doing it 2 nights. Because they are a big company. They should be how New Japan does it. They do a 2-night event as well. So.
Well, funny that comes up. WWE announces, "Oh, we're gonna do 2 nights, probably at least for the foreseeable future." What does Wrestle Kingdom do? 3 nights.
3 nights. And watch, they're gonna do 3 nights, and AEW does 2 nights. Oh my god, my money, my pockets.
I'll have to save up my vacation just to watch.
I know, right? Oh god, it's getting expensive to be a wrestling fan. It's just all these shows and stuff. Like the pay-per-view for Bound for Glory was expensive, and AEW's pay-per-view is coming up. Thank God it's coming up when I'm getting paid. But Jesus.
So last night was actually the first night I watched the new NXT 2.0. I've been busy during the week most nights. I gotta say, I was happy that I picked last night. It was Halloween Havoc. Of course, I think everybody associates Halloween Havoc with Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero in one of the best matches of all time.
Oh, of course. But I think all of these matches killed it. I mean, honestly, top to bottom, everything was good. I mean, the only one that was meh was Roderick Strong versus Odyssey Jones. Is it Odyssey Jones? Is his name? Yeah, yeah. I didn't get the point of that match. I mean, it seemed like a filler, so it was just I didn't get it. So whatever.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of the the cinematic, haunted house with. I didn't recognize who was the main story part, but you had Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano.
Which now they're friendly. Now they're actually family, which I like. And it's just it's gonna make me sad because this is gonna be the story where Carmelo is probably gonna be the one to remove Johnny from NXT
Mhm.
And then it will just make Dexter Loomis more, vengeful for, his wife's, and his father-in-law, So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, if he wants to go out with a bang, I think him versus Carmelo Hayes, I think that's going to be a great match, and that will help Carmelo, stock, what's it called, stock a little bit better.
The only other issue I have, and it was quite evident last night in the was it the ladder match, the Stairway to Hell or whatever they called it.
Yeah, the stairway to ladder, the ladder match, yeah.
Yeah. And I've been seeing this, in quite a few ladder matches lately, is where they set the ladder up and they're a good 5-6 feet away from where the titles are hanging, and they're just reaching up, and it's
hmm
not believable because they know and they're not close to the belts.
Yeah,
I'm
I
small,
mean,
but it still drives me a little crazy.
yeah, I know. It's just, yeah, but like Io took that bump like a boss. I was like, oh my God. I cringed. I was like, oh,
It's like first reaction is, was that supposed to happen? I mean,
I
you don't see her
know.
setting up her
Was
feet.
it not supposed to break? I was just like, wait a minute, it didn't break. And then like everybody and they panned away only to Indy's face. I thought because they were attending to Io because maybe she was legitimately hurt and taking her out of the action. But but they kept replaying it, which is just like, why are you replaying it? They normally don't replay it if it was a bad, and I don't know, like.
Yeah.
But she said she's okay, thank God.
But yeah, like you see her setting her feet, like, okay, this something crazy is about to happen, and
hmm
that maybe the ladder was supposed to break, and she just bounced off it and then to the floor.
No, she didn't bounce. She just went "Brah," and then rolled over. I was like,
Like,
ah.
ooh. Yeah.
I'd like now I need to go to a chiropractor for that. But congrats to Toxic Attraction. They all won the gold. I'm happy for Mandy Rose that she's finally a champ after being in the company for 6 years now. So good for her. And you know what? Kudos for her to going back to NXT. It helped her career.
Yes.
hmm
Another title changing hands. You had the NXT men's tag titles changing hands as well.
hmm Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I don't know if they're planning to bring Walter in because Imperium got the titles, or I don't know, like because I haven't heard any word about Walter, like where he's been after he lost the title. So I don't know.
I heard he's more open to doing long term stuff in America after he and his wife announced they're getting a divorce.
Right.
So,
I
well,
mean, it would be smart for him to bring him in for Raw or for SmackDown. I mean, maybe more SmackDown because they kind of need the star power because Walter does have a presence, and that would really help the product because if they bring in Walter, you know. So
okay,
I mean, I don't want to see him on NXT 2.0 because I don't think he fits in it. Honestly, I don't think.
maybe it'd help Imperium, for a couple of weeks, and then have him be treated as like a free agent, and then like he goes to Raw and SmackDown for a couple of weeks on both shows, and let them fight for him.
Yeah, or maybe debut him on Royal Rumble. That would be smart. I think maybe you know what that would be very smart for them to have him in the Royal Rumble and be dominant.
Walter at number 30.
Ooh, yes, that you know what, and the crowd would love that.
Mm-hmm.
That they would love that. That would be smart. And then put him in with some like bets there, and then he'll be chopping the shit out of everybody. Oh, I can't wait for that. Yes.
While we're on the subject, though, of the tag titles, reports kind of about MSK and Izzy's parents getting people to boo
Yeah. Look, look,
MSK.
look, look. Here's the thing that everybody needs to understand. As people that are professional wrestlers, they're trying to look out for the children. Okay. Now, if the parents know the people that she's working with so that she learns how to wrestle, that's fine. Maybe that's something for them to like maybe discuss it with them. Be like, look, it's cool. She's learning. Not just be dicks and be like, boo these people because they're telling us what to do with our child. No,
Hmm.
come on now. This is
I'm
like,
curious as to what she thinks about it because her parents are playing, the soccer mom parents or whatever.
uh-huh.
Her parents are potentially giving her a bad name, and potentially a stigma that she might be hard to work with in the future.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say something. And they're living off of their daughter's fame, thanks in part for Sasha Banks making her cry.
Oh yeah. Was it Bailey or was it Sasha?
No, it was Sasha.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Sasha when she went up and got her flower. Yeah, that was the best moment, I think. I mean, I'm sorry, like that was the best heel moment, and I think Sasha almost broke out of character because she was getting a little emotional, but like she still kept it together and like threw it back to her. I'm just wondering if they hugged her at the end of the show, like, you know.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a documentary about it one day.
Oh, of course, you know. Oh, I can't wait until she probably makes it to WWE and then she, you know, faces Bailey or Sasha.
What if Izzy trains, all these years, gets her debut, and then gets cut like a month later?
Oh, don't do that. Don't put that on the world.
I mean,
No,
someday we'll see a
you'll be
WWE
successful,
superstar.
Izzy. Okay, I believe in you. Okay.
I'm not saying I want that to happen, but that would be such a WWE thing to do.
Oh my god, I can't.
But I will say, I am really surprised WWE had 3 title changes on a network show.
Yeah, but
It is a special edition or whatever, but
yeah, but you know what? I think in the women's side, they needed that because honestly, it took them a while, but they actually build women's tag teams. Thank God, you know. And NXT is showing that they could still build a division. You know, I mean, hopefully, Raw and SmackDown are taking notes. You know, because they need to build a women's division for the tag titles there. You know, so, and I'm happy for that because then, you know, you could bring in probably newer teams as well. You know, you still have like, you know, Casey and Karen. Is that her name, Karen, or Casey and Kara? I can't even say the other girls. I know it's Casey and Karen Zaro and Casey. I think it's Casey.
Casey Catanzaro.
Yeah, Casey Karen Zaro. Yeah, them. I always keep forgetting their name, but I think they should be called up because they are a good team and they work well together. You know, so, you know, I mean, they have a lot of women there, so they could easily build a women's tag division if they wanted to, you know. And also now is just like Mandy Rose. Now they're giving her the ball, so I'm happy for that, you know. And the men's side, they do have a lot of tag teams. They just created like 2 new tag teams in the men's side, 2 or 3. It looks like Kushida and what's the other guy's name? I always forget the other one. The one with the jacket. Sorry if I remember his name. It looks like they're becoming a tag team.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then it looks like Cameron Grimes is probably going to be teaming up with somebody else. You know, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that is going forward. It's the first one I've watched in a while, since the change.
Oh, what did you think of the main event, though? What did you think of the main event?
It wasn't bad. I didn't really expect Braun Breaker to win. Although I would have been surprised either the way they're pushing the talent. But I thought it was a good match overall.
Yeah. I just didn't like the fact that people were just like, just give him the belt, you know, because like they just like I feel like he's not ready for it yet. I'm thinking maybe they're building him for it, but maybe for somebody else. I honestly think. I don't think he's gonna get the belt this year. I'm thinking maybe next year.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking Ciampa's holding the title for somebody else. I don't know who, but I feel like he's holding it for somebody else, honestly. Yeah, I mean, he did well. I mean, like he did miss some spots, but you know, he did well for his first ever like singles main event type of match, you know. So Breaker, you know, he's like a lot of people now knowing his name, so that's a good thing. You know, now everybody's saying Braun Breaker. You know, I mean, I wish it was Steiner, but maybe I understand like their their logic about not using Steiner, but whatever. You know, and so you know, we'll see what happens in the future for him. So.
So I know it was touched on a little bit. I believe it was touched on a little bit on Monday night. But the new 2022 WWE pay-per-view schedule is out. Right off the bat, January 1st, Saturday. That's right, you heard me. They're doing a Saturday pay-per-view.
Oh no! Not only just in that month, they're doing it in a few of the year. So there's like at least seven, right?
Total Saturday pay-per-views.
Yeah. And they didn't have pay-per-views for February and October because I'm thinking those are Saudi Arabia shows. So
yeah, October for sure. February probably.
yeah. No.
But yeah, January 1st, pay-per-view is called Day One, coming from Atlanta.
Yeah.
January 29th, you have the Royal Rumble coming from St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice there's 2 January pay-per-views, and that's because there's no December 2021 pay-per-view.
Yeah, because unfortunately the pay-per-view didn't sell well, so they decided to cancel it. So they'll probably do like maybe they do an exclusive Peacock kind of like exclusive show. I mean, it'll be smart for them to do something like that, like a holiday special type of thing.
That and probably 3 pay-per-views in a matter of 2 months, just maybe it's a little too much.
Probably, yeah. I mean, but at least hopefully because I don't think they have a pay-per-view for March. Hopefully they don't. They should leave that February for, of course it will probably be Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I got it pulled up right here. There's no February or March pay-per-view scheduled.
So if they do Royal Rumble right, then those 2 months better be great shows so that they could sell out, because the AT&T Center, that's 100,000 seats, and you're gonna do 2 nights. And then I heard a rumor that they're trying to do Raw and SmackDown there too. So
yeah, so April 2nd and 3rd, you have WrestleMania in Dallas. May 8th, Providence, Rhode Island, which is the only one that's relatively close to me. So we'll see about that.
Right.
June 5th in Chicago. July 2nd is Money in the Bank in Las Vegas.
Right. Which they already announced that last year. So
July 30th, you have SummerSlam in Nashville.
Wait, can we just say, can you believe that I think this is the first time that SummerSlam will be in July instead of August.
Yeah. I believe in August they want to head to the UK, so they might do something out there. Because
that's why the September one, that's on Labor Day weekend. So I mean, that's probably what they want to do.
But what's really interesting, because they got it set here September 3rd or September 4th, Labor Day weekend. You know who else runs pay-per-views on Labor Day weekend?
AEW.
And then
look, here's the thing though. Regardless if they do it Saturday or Sunday, it's going to be for us probably during the day, whereas over there it's already at night. So technically we'll probably see it around 3 p.m. They can go by 3-4 hours, and then we'll probably be able to purchase All Out if they wanted to. So, now if they want to be really petty and they start the show late, like maybe 4 or 5, but I don't know if they can do that in UK time, so
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's exciting just to see these new pay-per-views. Of course, there is reports that the wrestlers are very happy about this new schedule because they can have a little break on certain pay-per-views. They have a Saturday pay-per-view, and then they don't have another show the next day. So that's good.
Yeah. All right. So before we wrap it up here, I want to send out a congratulations. I know we posted about it in our group, but we didn't really talk about it on the show. Corey Graves and Carmela announcing their engagement. Congrats to them.
Yep. Yes, I can't wait for the wedding. It's unfortunate that Total Divas is not around, because I think Melo would have probably gotten some money from EA Network to put their wedding there. I mean, it worked for was it Natty, the Naomi, Brie? Who else? Who else got married in Total Divas? Yeah, I think almost all of them. Yeah, so I mean, it's we'll see. Congratulations, Mela and Graves.
Yes. All right, so that'll do it for us here today. AEW is coming up. AEW Dynamite is coming up here in 25 minutes on its fantastic return back to Wednesday nights.
Whoop, whoop.
Don't forget to check us out. We will be live again this coming Friday night at 7 p.m., same time, Eastern time. Don't forget to be on the lookout for us. And check us out on our audio podcast, as well as YouTube and shopbucklebomb.com.
Yep. Our 1 year anniversary is coming up. Come on now, Sarah. Be excited about that. Come on.
Yeah,
1 year of Buckle Pop.
cut me off. Yes,
Sorry, I'm just getting very excited about that show.
Our 1 year anniversary show will be Saturday, November 13th, starting at 3:30 p.m. We have a very special guest at 4 p.m. joining us. Will be Alex Gracia, signed hire for new WoW, Women of Wrestling, the reboot. So I'm going to talk to her about that, see how that whole process started.
Yep. Can't wait.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.